After eating and drinking his fill, the man was ready to settle his bill. He opened his ring from the elite con artist academy, pinched out a dead fly from inside, swished it around in his coffee, tossed it on the table, and started coughing dramatically. He called over the restaurant manager, rallied the surrounding customers to his cause, and even circled the deceased with his pen to preserve the evidence. Sobbing pitifully, he threatened to call the police. Obviously, he'd successfully scammed another free meal. This guy was a master con artist who'd never spent a dime on food, clothing, or shelter. He used bad checks to book five-star presidential suites. At the front desk, he exploited the timing gap between wire transfers to get the receptionist to hand over the keys right away. He brought his sister to luxury boutiques where they picked out tons of designer clothes. She wasn't about to be outdone either. She grabbed everything she could get her hands on. Then he quietly slipped one item into a random shopper's bag. When that person left and set off the security alarm, they used the distraction to make their escape. Even though he lived off scams, he wasn't actually broke. He was a talented artist who could forge famous paintings so well, they fooled everyone. Even local politicians couldn't tell the difference. He once talked his way into selling an unguarded statue of Christ the Redeemer, making a fortune with nothing but smooth talk. He'd fall asleep sprawled across piles of cash, but this time, he'd bitten off more than he could chew. His sale of the Jesus statue made headlines. The politician discovered all the paintings were fakes and, in a rage, sent people to trash his hideout and steal all his money. Caught between the politician and the police closing in from both sides, he quickly packed his bags and borrowed a car from a friend. He'd barely pulled out of the garage when he hit someone, but it wasn't a stranger he'd struck. It was his own sister.